and welcome to the Hired Gun Podcast with your host, the Hired Gun. First, like, subscribe, share. How y'all doing, y'all? So, um, NXT was real good this week, like wrestling wise. Because I can actually talk about people who actually had good matches. Paxley and what's her name? Um, the the metalhead chick, the new chick. Um, Hold on, y'all. Because I want to get her name right. I definitely want to get her name right. If I'm gonna talk about her. Um, I know Pat. I know Pat. She had a match with Pat. The North American Women's Champion. NXT. Tatum Paxley and Tatum Paxley and hold on, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm so no. And Lizzie Rain, they had a very good match. And you know what? When I see Tatum wrestle more and more, I see why she's champ. Now, the only knock I had against her before is that she lost more than she won. But she would, and I was saying that when she was NXT Women's Champion, because she won that first, and then she won the North American belt, right? And she was on a record for having less wins than losses, and held both belts uh, around this time. Not both at the same time, but like both belts. You know, like now she's winning a lot more, and then you see her a lot more and what she can do in the ring. So she had a real good match last night. So, you know, they kind of need a swerve, like on a Tuesday with NXT with Dark State, right? Because they led you to believe that they was gonna kick out Dion because Dion was the one thinking about himself, all right, more than But they kicked out the other dude instead. Now maybe they want to push. I forgot what his name, and I'm not gonna get it right, but just looking at it. So, but well, let me try. Let me try. Yeah. Let me not. Let me not say that, and not try to say his name right. You know. Because they led you to believe that they was gonna kick out um one person. Saquon. All right, they kicked out Saquon, and they kept Dion. Now, the reason I thought they was gonna kick out Dion because I know they see something in him. You know, now maybe they've seen something from Saquon because Saquon is from the Indies. Okay, alright, and maybe they see something different. They see something they want to push, which nothing that they needed. Now, speaking of people they just signed, so when they were doing these signings, right, and these debuts and everything, there was one person missing that I was looking forward to seeing. And even though her name won't be Nikki Blackheart, she's she has signed, and now she's I mean she's been signed, but now she debuted in a dark match. All right, but she's there now. I'm ready. I'm ready to see her. Trust me. All right. So the NXT was pretty good. NXT was better than Raw. You know, match wise too. You know, AEW was last night, and you know sometimes with go home sometimes with go home shows you get these um, throwaway shows, and last night felt like a throwaway. Now I'm not going to tell you that they didn't have some wrestling on there because they did, right? I could so the 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 Derby Allen versus Speedball was a good match. It's probably the least out of Derby Allen challenges and everything. It probably was the least of the favorites. It was a good match. It was, but he's had better matches with other people, which I was surprised because anything Speedball's in, I like. I this was okay. This was okay. Um, then you had the what's his name? Mark Briscoe versus Tommaso Ciampa match. Well, it was a car crash. It was. It was. It was. It did it did its part. It did its course. Mark Briscoe won, as he should have. All right. Now you can't feel bad for Tommaso Ciampa. Like you can't. Now I will say this about Tommaso Ciampa. He has the best entrance, and maybe because of that, maybe I'm biased because I'm a rock head. But he has the best entrance going around. Like that means in WWE and that means in WWE and AEW. Anywhere. He has the best entrance period. I seen that shit every time he comes out. It is the best, right? So, but you really can't feel bad for him right now, right? Because you got to ride with the lows, the highs and the lows with him. The highs is when he first he won the TNT title, and on his first match, and he lost it real quick, all right? And now he wins sometimes and he loses sometimes. He literally got 50-50 booking. Now he had some would say he had less than that in WWE, let alone getting on the card or getting TV time. Besides in the back, all right. So you really can't feel bad for him right now, right? Because this is what he wanted too. Like he literally wanted to. It's like Malachi Black. You really can't feel bad for him getting fired from WWE because he wanted to go back there, right? Just like you can't feel bad for Matt Cardona, right? Because he wanted to go back there. So losing is losing now. Jobbing is jobbing now, right? And Tommaso Ciampa is gonna be right in that middle to lower, right? And he wanted to go to AEW. Now he could have went to TNA and thrived over there, and probably been a main eventer. Probably been a main eventer, right? Right? Like he could have went there and did his thing, but he said he wanted to go to AEW. All right, so now he, I mean, and listen, he's probably getting paid. You know, like he's probably getting paid a whole lot of money. So So that's one thing you gotta keep in mind about feeling bad for him. You know, that is one thing you can say about that. Like you really can't feel bad for him because of the fact that this is what he wanted. Like he wanted to go out there and show people that we haven't seen the best of him because he used to get mad and sit in his stomach when people said the best of him was NXT Black and Gold. And he said he's better than that now, and you haven't seen anything yet. So now he had to go there and prove it, even with a loss. You know, like you can't feel bad for certain people, certain wrestlers because that's what they wanted. Like the Rascals, they're there, they win, they lose. And then so the people who say, oh, you can't go by wins and losses. It's people like Jericho who know he's gonna lose more than he wins. And he's just there for the name. Now this is not me shitting on AEW or the E because it happens in the E too. Right now they're talking about bringing back what's his name, Corbin, right? And if I was Corbin, I would look at this now. I would look at this. What are they bringing you back for? Hmm? Because yes, if they bring him back, that means he has favor with certain people in the back. Right? But he also said that there's people in the back that didn't like him. Right? Them niggas still there. So he think about that. Okay, because when Rich was there, they used him better than now. So, but money talks, and Corbin hasn't signed a long time, like a long term deal with anybody, and right now he's working on handshakes and shit to work. That man was just in Australia for a 3 night a wrestling theme, and he had a swollen black eye over there. All right, I mean, he wasn't the only name that I know that was over there. Um, the the boys, Anderson and Gallows, they was over there. Ziggler was over there. Uh, Moose was over there. Like Riddle was over there. Killer Cross was over there. So they had names over there in that company, But I'm just saying, like he's working, and he's doing the same thing that Matt Cardona was doing. He's not signing long term deals because he's waiting for that phone call. They all do that sometimes. The ones that don't sign with AEW long term, all right, and then you see them in RA sometimes, all right, and then you see them here and there, and they're not signing these long term deals because they wait for the phone call to go back to WWE to get that second or third chance because they still got that itch. So, all right. Some update news. News Kaiser. Not the original Americano. The Americano who gets over in Mexico. He got arrested last night. Now since then he has broke bond. I mean he has bonded himself out. Um, so he got in trouble. Now, first, this is why you gotta wait this shit, calm down, and wait and see what happens. All right, because last night they were saying it was the domestic violence shit, but it's not that. Like he did beat somebody up. He did fight somebody, But it wasn't a woman. All right, it was a dude. It was his neighbor. It was in Orlando. Nah, him and his girlfriend that he got were a little heavy on the section in the elevator, and the neighbor told them to get a room. All right, and then Kaiser didn't like that situation, so he he beat him up. Is what I'm hearing. All right, so now he pleaded not guilty. Now in hindsight, okay, like he had to go to court and everything, but in hindsight he can get in trouble because of the fact that he got to travel. Okay, he got because he got a match tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Saturday, like a big match. Which he was supposed to win because I see them matching Gable and letting him do it and let Gable do his thing with his group. Then them all matching Kaiser and which this is sad. And I mean Kaiser and Pete Dunne them because they're over in Triple A. You know, they're mad over in Triple A. So it's like I think they rather unmask Gable and then you can see Gable face and you can kind of like I guess push Gable after that in America and not in Triple A because Gable's not over in Triple A. Luther Tice is over in Triple A. Mad over. You would think that I mean he's a babyface in Triple A too. At that, how much he's over that, you know. But so it's such that it's such that he uh this is happening to him now. Speaking of Dr. Kaiser and Vinny Vinci showed up in TNA. Now he should do good. He should he should do good over there. He's like he should. Hold on, y'all. So he should do good over there. Like he should. We gotta wait and see because he hasn't had the match yet. But he should thrive over there in TNA. You know. But we'll see. We'll see what happens over there. Tonight is TNA. I don't know. I don't know if oh. Tonight is TNA. We see what happens with that. Um, I don't know what matches is happening with TNA, but it's not TNA. Yeah, TNA. Then tomorrow it's SmackDown. All right, and then we got a pay per view. No, we got Saturday Night Main Event on Saturday. And then we got Collision. No, not Collision. We got AEW's pay per view on Sunday. Sunday. So let me go back to AEW right quick. So Darby Allin has defended his title a lot since he won it. Like, and I'm not just talking about on Dynamite. Like he's defended his title on television too. You know, and he's had at least 8 to 7 defense in a month, which is good. But he said this before. He gonna ride until the wheels fall off, right? And that's what he's doing. He's gonna lose to NJF. Now, my best friend Ryan said the other day that like in the comments, because I read these comments, right? Like, and now I'm starting to respond to these comments too. I can't do it from my phone, but I can do it from like when I'm here. All right, he said that he doesn't think MJF. Uh, uh, I mean that AEW is better when he's champ, and it should be Swerve. And so let me respond to that. First, let me say that I'm a Swerve Strickland fan. I am. I am. I was happy when he won it the first time, the world champion the first time, to become the very first black AEW world champion. Okay. I wanted him to win it again. When he fought Max, and I was upset that he didn't win it. All right, and I think he should win it for a second time. And Swerve is in my top five wrestlers today. Right, right. And saying that, he can't hold a candle to MJF as champ. The ratings don't lie about that. The numbers don't lie about that. Now, because my only knock against MJF back in the day is that he didn't wrestle a lot. Now, a lot of this had to do with a lot of injuries he had. All right, but now he wrestles a lot, like a lot. Right? Is he a better wrestler than MJF? No. I mean, no. I said that wrong. Is MJF a better wrestler than Swerve? No. No. And I care about that. I do. But on the mic, MJF is king in AEW. All right, and that's not saying MJF. Yeah, I mean, that's not saying Swerve can't promo because he can. He's just not better than the MJF on the mic. No one is in that. Well, active roster, no one is because I think Michael Cole. I said Michael Cole. I think Adam Cole is better than anybody in AEW on the mic. All right, but he's not active, so I'm not counting him. All right, but when it comes to MJF and Swerve, MJF is better than him. Like he is. MJ and like and now, let me say this too. I don't like the MJF taking a shot at Malachi Black recently. Don't. All right, nah. He's been talking lately. Again, now he has to because of the fact that he's in the main event, the main event this Sunday, and he's the even though Darby Allin's champ, right? All right, MJF is gonna sell this match more than Darby Allin is. Right, this is why you hear Derby, like this is why you see Darby Allin. I mean not Darby Allin, MJF in more places talking than the champ is right now. Now saying that, like you've seen this before in the E, right? When it was Julia versus Stephanie, right? Stephanie was everywhere talking, and Julia wasn't. Right? Right? Because you knew that Stephanie was going to take that belt from Julia. Alright? Just like you know MJF is going to take that belt from Darby Allin. Like you can, and I'm not saying you can't sell Swerve because you can, alright? But you can sell MJF everywhere, alright? Because of his mouth, you know, like and maybe it'd be different if Swerve and MJF were going head to head, alright? And then you would see who was getting the more promotion out there. And maybe it'd be 50-50. Because Swerve can talk. He can. And like, Swerve ain't always slurring out the mouth like Darby Allin is. You know, and talking about death matches and shit like that. you know. But you know, like the belt is going back to the right person. Now, how long is he gonna have this belt for? Don't know. Don't know because MJF because because you got Will Ospreay and then you got Swerve. Both of them are coming up. Now, what's probably going to happen is that Swerve and Will Ospreay are in the they're in the Owen Owen Cup coming up. All right, in separate brackets. So they're gonna meet up. They're gonna meet up, and we'll talk about who wins that match later on. I hate the fact that what's her name? Willow had to drop the. She had to drop the TBS women's title. Plus, she's out of the Owens Hart tournament too because of the fact that I guess it's her shoulder that she's been dealing with lately. I didn't know that was a real thing. Because she's been wrestling, and they were going after her shoulder, and she had to vacate the belt last night. Um, so that happened. Uh, sad because no, like you don't want to see people get hurt, and then they got to vacate belts and shit like that. That it's horrible. It really is. You know, but you know, I don't know what they can do with that. You know, this does lead into having Monet come back and take her and take her spot. But the funny part, and not the funny part, but like the fucked up part about the women's Owens Cup, Willow wasn't the only person who's hurt, and like like there's a couple girls hurt, or to be told, you know. And like you don't know if they'll be in the match either, in the tournament either, because they're hurt. So, but we will see what happens with that. I'm not looking. So just like I wasn't looking forward to a 3 hour AEW. Listen, I watch AEW and I like AEW, but 3 hours of AEW it's hard to watch sometimes, especially when it's a throwaway. It's just a throwaway, you know. Um, but I'm not. Listen, I'm not looking forward to staying up on Sunday to like wee days in the morning watching or watching the end of AEW because listen, it's gonna be rough. Oh, another good match that they had was John Moxley versus Kyle O'Reilly, which you know when I heard this match was gonna happen, I forgot that John Moxley's uh, matches, when they're what's the word I'm looking for? When they're basically like a number one contendership a match. Yeah, either you got to beat John Moxley or you got to last in the time. Like you got to just last what 15, 20 minutes with him in the ring. All right, I forgot that his match is eliminator match. Eliminator match. That's what it's called. All right. So I don't know why I didn't think this when they announced this match. I don't know why I didn't think that they were gonna uh, go to a draw. Because usually Moxley doesn't go to draws, because when it's an eliminator match or and stuff like that, like they have a time limit. Now when they fight, like the next time they fight, they won't. It won't have a time limit. But then again, there won't be no help either because when he got the belt on the line, they can't interfere in his match. Like nobody can. And but saying that, they didn't last night either. All right, but in this case, there won't be no time limit. So either John's gonna lose or he's gonna win, and it's gonna be clean, which it doesn't matter to me. But when the belt that he has, make it so nobody can interfere in his match. But I'm gonna end the show with that. Make sure you all like, subscribe, share. Make sure you gotta watch wrestling. Make sure you gotta watch um Defense, Newbury. This is the High Gun podcast. God bless, love y'all. I'm out.